elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the Special Interest Group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
At UNOC, we believe in safety. In the neighborhood, near stagnant water and mosquito breeding sites, malaria lurks, always waiting to strike. But fear not, for here comes Mr. Vaxa, the ultimate protector against malaria. For years, malaria has been one of the biggest threats to children under 5, making them weak and even putting their lives at risk. But now, the government is introducing a new solution: the malaria vaccine. The malaria vaccine is now in the routine immunization schedule. The malaria vaccine is administered in 4 doses at 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, and 18 months. This vaccine will provide extra protection against severe malaria. And don't forget, routine immunization protects children from many deadly diseases. Every vaccine matters. Visit the nearest health facility for routine immunization services today. Mr. Vaxa, the malaria vaccine is free, safe, and ready to protect our children. Will you join the fight and complete all 4 doses? For more information, call the Ministry of Health on 0800-100-066. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort, and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Taxation is a bit complicated, and the only way to demystify it and make it as easy to understand and to comply with is through engagement. Is there a limit to the number of cars a returning citizen is bringing into Uganda? Who has paid the excise duty on this water is not the supermarket which has sold you this bottle at 1,000. It's not the business. It is the man who is going to drink this water. We strongly believe that it will only be through such constructive engagement that we'll be able to broaden our tax base and build our country together.
Buza Kamiso now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
Pick of the day on UBC.
He expected me to die like within the first 2 years.
Out of the womb, the child will get pains, especially in the wrists. And this happens commonly when children are starting to walk.
Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks, Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000, or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
In all these years, we emphasize two words, wealth and jobs, and we try to waken our people up to show them where wealth and jobs come from.
Enteekateeka ya gavumenti ey'okuyamba abantu baayo miruka oba giyite parish development model nteekateeka yagunjibwawo kukyusa ebyenfuna bya bannayuganda ku byalo ng'obukadde 100 bwe buweebwa buli muluka buli mwaka era nga kiyambyeko amaka ag'enjawulo okuggulawo emikisa egy'okugaggawala.
This program will be maintained. Each year we send 100 million for the parish. If you get the 1 million, you can buy some goats, you can buy some pigs, you can buy even young cows.
Abalimi bakyusizza okuva mu nnima ey'okulima emmere ey'okulya ne badda mu kulima emmere ey'okutunda bafune ensimbi ekiyambye abawerako okukyusa obulamu bwabwe.
Projekiti eno yatandika emyaka 11 egiyise nga Pulezidenti Museveni ye yampa amaanyi okutandika. Mu budde obwo nali nvuga takisi e Soroti ne mpulira Pulezidenti Museveni ng'ayogera ku ngeri y'okwongera ku nnyingiza mu maka.
And he was talking about how to improve household income.
With the PDM, you bring back the money after 24 months. But in the third year, you would get another 100 million paid back by those who got first.
Obubaka bwa Pulezidenti Museveni bukyusa endowooza. Okugaggawala tekitegeeza kubeera na ttaka ddene nnyo oba nti wasoma nnyo. weetaaga okuba ng'olengerera wala n'ossa mu nkola era n'otandikirawo.
So therefore, this PDM is to get all of you out of poverty. That's why we said 100 million per parish per year.
Obubaka buno bukutuusibwako Ministry ya Teknologiya n'okulungamya eggwanga.
The parish development model launched in 2022 by President Yoweri Museveni to fight poverty and enhance service delivery at the parish level has disbursed over 1 trillion Uganda shillings to more than 10,500 circles, benefiting over 1 million individuals countrywide. The government of Uganda appreciates you for embracing PDM and using it to move away from Okorera Ekida Kyonka. You are encouraged to continue participating in this journey towards socio-economic transformation.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model, PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. But what you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better.
PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
In all these years, we emphasize two words: wealth and jobs. And we try to waken our people up to show them where wealth and jobs come from.
The Parish Development Model, PDM, is a bold initiative that is reshaping Uganda's rural economy. By allocating 100 million shillings to each parish annually, PDM empowers households by unlocking opportunities for wealth creation.
This program will be maintained. Each year we send 100 million for the parish. If you get the 1 million, you can buy some goats, you can buy some pigs, you can buy even young cows.
Farmers are transitioning from subsistence farming to commercial agriculture, laying the groundwork for wealth creation and improved livelihoods.
This project started 11 years ago after an inspiration from His Excellency. And that time I was working as a taxi driver. I was doing that Massa business in Soroti, and he was talking about how to improve household income.
With the PDM, you bring back the money after 24 months. But in the third year, you would get another 100 million paid back by those who got first.
The President's message is a mindset changer. Becoming rich does not mean you should have a lot of land, you should have a lot of education, you just need a vision and implement and start from where you are.
So therefore, this PDM is to get all of you out of poverty. That's why we said 100 million per parish per year.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance.
Enteekateeka ya Parish Development Model eyatongozebwa mu 2022 ng'omukulembeze w'eggwanga Yoweri Kaguta Museveni yagitongoza enayambyeko nnyo okuggya abantu mu bwavu n'okutumbula enkulaakulana y'ebitundu ebyenjawulo okusinziira ku mutendera gw'emiruka era ng'enteekateeka eno yakateekebwamu ensimbi za Uganda eziri mu trillion emu n'ensimbi endala ezigwamu era nga SACCO omutwalo gumu 5 ze zaakaganyulwa mu nteekateeka eno nga bagijjumbidde bawerera ddala akakadde kamu mu emitwalo 3 mu 2013 okwetoloola ebitundu bitundu by'eggwanga ebyenjawulo. Gavumenti ku lw'ensonga eno yeebaza abantu bonna abataddeyo omwoyo ne mutekisa mu nkola enteekateeka ya Parish Development Model era ng'eyambyeko okuyitimusa abantu okuva ku nkola ey'okukolerera olubuto lwokka. Kati bannayuganda mwenna mukubirizibwa okwenyigira mu nteekateeka eno n'enteekateeka zonna endala eziba zireeteddwa gavumenti okukulaakulanya abantu baayo. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala.
Our program of poverty eradication is a must. We want everybody to be involved.
Through the parish development model, Ugandans are starting small but impactful projects to improve their livelihoods.
When we give 1 million, we know it's not enough to do many things, but it's a starting point.
I'm a PDM beneficiary, a farmer. Your Excellency, I was given 1 million Uganda shillings from Kobil Kawo PDM Circle. Your Excellency, I got 20 bunches from my small piece of land sold, got 400,000, put in the PDM farm, Your Excellency, in the PDM money, Your Excellency, I bought a cow of 1,400,000.
In 1 year, 100 families in the parish get. In 5 years, 500 families would have got.
We were the first people to receive money from Nakapriprit. I received $1 million. I rented 4 acres of land and I was able to harvest 14 bags.
So really this 1 million is enabling somebody to start something. Yes, and we don't want to give too much money to one person because we have got very many people to cover.
The parish development model empowers the people, focusing on lifting up the masses and creating opportunities that ensure prosperity for all. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
A lovely morning to you, and thank you so much for being with us on UBC TV. I'm Robert Chirabo Nyonyitono, and this is the Extra, an extension of Good Morning Uganda. Just to remind you, we are always here from 6:30. I, Julie, then Ruben comes in with sports, and a big team behind the cameras and of course in the technical wing, the other side, the control room, that makes sure we come to you every morning. We never take you for granted because we want you to start your day very, very informed. Later, I come in the extension, which is Good Morning Uganda, still with a guest or guests, where we focus at issues of nation building and issues that concern you as a Ugandan. Now, this morning, the people of Mukono, wherever you are, even if you don't stay in Mukono, you're born of Mukono, well, we are taking Mukono as a case study, and we want to look at development programs in Mukono Municipal Council. And just joining me on set, I have Masengere George William, who is the Environment Officer of Mukono Municipal Council. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Robert. Good morning, viewers. And I also want to add my voice to what Robert has called. If you know you're a Mukono person, born in Mukono, working in Mukono, have aspirations in Mukono, you married in Mukono, this is your program.
So you've gone as far as inviting in-laws?
Yeah.
Okay, and now Ugandan, of course, there's much to benchmark and also see how far is your district. Now, briefly and quickly, when you talk about Mukono, my brother in Kabeda Maido, my brother in Ibusoga, in Wudu, just paint a picture of Mukono Municipal Council.
Mukono Municipal Council is on the eastern part of the city. It is on the road to Ginger Road. It has 2 divisions, Goma and Mukono Central Division. However, Mukono is developing at a fast pace, and we have quite a number of development programs which are in different sectors. One, in the sectors of education, we are doing infrastructure development. At schools, we have Bishop East, which is We constructed their toilet, and then we also constructed classroom blocks too. We have also done projects in Namiryango Junior Boys. We've done a complex about 4 stories, together the parents of Namiryango and Mukono Municipal Council. We are grateful to government which has funded most of the programs. We have also done Chiwanga, Umeya. We have also done improvement of 5 classroom blocks. We have done also in Misinje, in Nsambwe. This financial quite a lot. Now in the sectors of health, by the way, Robert, Mukono Municipal Council, when we were still operating Health Center 4, which is now transformed into General Hospital, we were performing 4 years in a row as the best Health Center 4 in the country, and we had also the best personnel that are performing for 2 years successfully. We've been doing quite a number of infrastructure also in health. We are grateful to government which financed us to do Nyanja Health Center, where they did OPD. They also, we did OPD, we did labor ward, we did maternity ward for purposes of improving health services within Mukono. We also did the youth center that is within Mukono, and based on locally raised revenue that is in the health sector, we did Nantabulirwa.
What is the youth center all about?
The youth center is about skilling and providing space where young people can come and express their talents and be able to develop their talents, and also work on skills development for the employees that are operating within Mukono. We're also grateful to government because, you know, Mukono is now hosting Nama Industrial Park, and government of Uganda went ahead to do the infrastructure program within UIA, and it's about, I think about 20 kilometers where they're doing quite a lot. And still also in the development front, now in the infrastructure, we are grateful to government because we are operating the famous urban development infrastructure program, which is funded by the World Bank through the government of Uganda, where we do 2 lots, that is lot 2 and lot 3. And also now you can see we are doing, those are the roads that we are doing, that is now around in Tao. And then we are also doing the roads, the tenant roads, like from Igara across through Anthony. We're doing those infrastructure, and it's quite a lot. Now we are planning to do a market where we're working on where our vendors are going to be relocated from Kame Valley Market. It's quite a lot. Mukono is really doing quite a lot in terms of development and in terms of growing. Yeah.
Well, you've just talked about what Mukono is doing. There are quite a number of programs. Now, this brings me to ask, what is the population like of Mukono?
Mukono is...
An estimate. I mean, you may not have the accurate figure.
Yeah, from the last census, we have about 900, but we believe out of that, almost 70% is residing within Mukono Municipal Council.
900 what?
900 people. Within Mukono, which is about 18,000 households. But we are yet to receive the actual figures from UBOS of carving out particularly what Mukono municipality has.
Now, you talked about so much advances made in the field of health, which is very interesting, because many local governments, the municipals that we have, struggle so much. But I just want for clarity, is Kawolo falls under...
No, Kawolo falls under Lugazi, Lugazi, right. And it's Lugazi municipality, and which is also within Buyukwe district.
Okay, now let's come back here. You've mentioned quite a number of success. Stories project being taken underway, 3 consecutive times having the health center, 4 they now upgraded. What makes you stand out of the rest?
Yeah, I would say that first of all, the commitment of our people, our leaders, the commitment of our council, and the commitment of government. I must say that government has really invested in Mukono, and there is a specific interest. I think we are in line with what government is saying, that we must industrialize as a nation. And when you see government investing in Namave Industrial Park, government is taking Mukono as a priority. That is number 1. Number 2, there has been a huge gap in terms of working on traffic jam within Mukono. Mukono has been really struggling in the space of traffic. That's why Mukono was chosen based on our preparation levels and our anger to be able to develop. Mukono was chosen to be a flagship municipality to run the Greater Kampala Urban Development Program. And then secondly, I see a lot of enthusiasm where the leadership of Mukono, the RDC office of the RDC, office of the mayor, and the entire council, working together with technical staff, headed by the town clerk, Mr. Byabagambi Francis, to see that we develop as a municipality. Yeah.
Well, developing as a municipality, now let's look at one of the critical areas. Let's go to environment.
Yeah.
When you go through Mukono, one would say Mukono has green or had green. It is one of those areas, at least we believe, though urbanization is taking place, but there was quite a number of green. What environmental safeguards are you putting in place?
Yeah, we are operating a framework that speaks to improving the livelihood of our people to participate in the development agenda. I've mentioned quite a number of programs, but our framework is embedded in making sure we improve the livelihood of our people, but at the same time, we allow them to participate and accept the development path that we have taken as a country. Number one, we have undertaken a physical development plan, which is looking at how can we guide our development within the municipal council. Two, we are working on the space of solid waste management. We have developed quite a number of strategies. Two strategies on solid waste, and then the other one is on fecal sludge management. And we have also developed attendant bylaws that speak to that. We feel if we work on strategies and then any partner that is interested in working with us can come and plug into what we have already developed and be able to grow together with us and also fulfill their objectives and aspirations. The other space that we are working on is in the space of social safeguards. You know, when you develop such projects like the infrastructure and the markets and the schools, there are quite a number of impacts that you anticipate that are likely to come. First of all, you undertake an assessment, you do assess and say what are the likely impacts, both in planning, at the same time in operations, and also when the infrastructure is finished. You look at what could be the environmental impacts on ecosystems, on people, on people's health, on labor activities. What would be those things? And then you provide safeguards to say that in case I'll have people as earth-moving equipments are moving, I will have to provide flaggers to guide the traffic to flow. I also have to provide weight operations so that dust doesn't affect people and also their amenities. They are not affected, their business is not affected. You provide traffic diversions to see that as construction is going on, also people's life is also continuing to proceed in the best way. We are also looking at skilling them and allowing them to participate. When you're looking at infrastructure development, where do you get the people that are going to work? Where do you get the labor force? Do you import it from other areas? And if you import from other areas, what will the locals say? Will they feel that the project is theirs? So we are looking at those kind of things to frame a process that we can take as a municipality. But of course, also bearing in mind that we have laws and regulations. We are implementing the National Environmental Management Act, which provides guidance on how to deal with such things. And also, we are looking at the labor laws, so we are looking at the waste management regulations, the Public Health Act, and the Physical Planning Act as frameworks that guide us in our operations.
Yeah. That well explained. You mentioned the infrastructure development plan. Now, when I look at Mukono Municipal Council, very developing at a very quick pace. And my question is, aren't you putting the cart before the horse? Because when I move through, you will see a storage building. There's this new wave, the L form of arcades coming up here and there. Now, how are you going to reverse what has already been put in place if you're just at the developing stages?
Yeah, you know, you see, in planning, there are two concepts. You plan a pristine land or space. You also look at the development that has been there when you're planning. Now, for us as Mukono, we have areas which are still pristine and they are not yet abused. Places like Papat, if you go to Papat, if you go to Takajunge, you'll find spaces where estates are developed, and then you guide accordingly. But in spaces which are already built and planning has found them there, you align them to your goals and your objectives, because as a municipality, you purpose. As a municipality, you purpose to say, okay, in places like, let's say Chikoza, let's say Chitega, what do we want? Can we manage the high density? And what would be the direction we do? So in there, the size of the road also has to be modified to fit into the current space that you have. Even when you're looking at provision of water, where you can provide one pipe, household pipe, you can provide a standard pipe which is communal in that sense. The idea is, how can you provide services to the people that need it and also be able to grow as a municipality? This is happening. It has happened in other places where you upgrade a slum and upgrade it to a level where people can appreciate that the quality of life has improved.
We're still looking at Mukono Municipal Council, the development programs that they are having. And I have Masengere George William, who is the Environment Officer, Mukono Municipal Council. Now let's look at garbage. You also mentioned it as one of the areas to protect your environment. Kampala has had challenges.
Yeah.
Remember one time they rushed to your area for aid and things weren't that good as well. Now, how are you managing the garbage issue, where today we have the single-use plastics scattering everywhere? When it rains in Kampala, you have what we call temporary stagnation of water, meaning after some time, well, it will go, but the dumping is there. So for Mukono, what are your success stories? And if they are, and how have you managed to make it?
Number one success story we can talk about is through partnership. Mukono has been successful through partnerships from GI, UNICEF, Ministry of Water and Environment, and NEMA. NEMA, I want to give credit to NEMA because in the beginning, NEMA came and were really struggling when we were town council, and they brought the component of composting solid waste, because there was a study done which found out that almost 70% of the waste that we generate within the municipal council is organic. And now if you have 70%, then the best is to make use of that 70% component. So NEMA advised that let's do composting of that organic waste into manure that can be taken back to the people to run. And we built a structure, like you've seen, we built a structure for composting, and we're using a windrow composting method. We developed the program. It was essentially looking at attracting, buying, selling of credits, carbon credits. And Mukono was successful. We had 2 rounds of carbon credits which we sold together with the World Bank and NEMA. And now we are again working on seeing how best we can boost our productivity in terms of composting, at the same time also convert the plastic into material recovery facilities. So that is where we are, and we are really also looking at how can we interest the private sector to come in and invest, because private sectors are quick in taking decisions, and they're also quick at providing the required technology. Now we have enrolled 2 companies. We signed a memorandum with the West. We signed also a memorandum with Beans to be able to develop routes and to develop a relationship with the clients, the citizenry. And as growing up, we feel the West is doing, but now we also have other small companies which are now coming up as well to run. Now we have companies like consortiums like Mwema, we have Tukolele Wamu, Tukole, which are also coming up to be able to bridge the gap. And still in Mukono, we developed a platform where we have scouts. Scouts are monitors who are going out to say, yes, there is a hotspot here. we want the service providers to come and pick this waste. And then we also have these people who are dumping into wetlands. Please come and take action. We have empowered them to be able to move out and be able to be the polices of the community. And on the same platform, we have the leadership of Mukono. We also have the police to be able to support the communities to understand that it is our duty to keep our Mukono clean, and it is our duty to make sure we create the green jobs that we desire within Mukono.
Clean jobs that we desire within Mukono. Very interesting. So much seems to be happening in Mukono. And when you talked about the carbon credit, it brings me again to ask, why Mukono first? Because when you look at most of the municipal councils, they will tell you budget, everything they'll tell you budget shortage, less funding from the center and all these. So I'm aware that there are challenges, but you still seem to be moving forward and faster and an attractor to government for such programs to first go through Mukono.
Yeah, like I said, first of all is the commitment of our people, our staff. We have a very dedicated and committed staff. Then our politicians, we have had less fights within the municipal council. Together, we've worked together with the executive that is headed by the mayor, Mr. Elisa Mukasanko-Oyoyo, the town clerk, Mr. Byabagambi. They have worked together. The RDC, office of the RDC, and the deputy RDCs and the assistant RDCs, they have been supportive on all programs. Where we have a challenge, we come and say, this is where we want, and we're approaching government facilities, and our people have been lobbying immensely. We had a partner that was interested in making a fecal sludge treatment plant that is of the size of the one of Rubiji. And at that point, the partner said, give us land. And that time we had only 7 acres. So when the partner said, I'm willing to invest this much, approach government. We used our offices, the government offices, and we approached the Minister of Local Government, which was very supportive, and I'm glad to report that this financial year, government gave us over 30 acres of land to make sure projects are a reality in the space of garbage management. That is one area. The other one is lobbying and making sure that when partners send resources to us, we use them effectively, and also we communicate, we are transparent to our people so that they appreciate that government is performing a service to them. Yeah, I think those are among the best success stories that we have done. And also preparing. We make sure we prepare before a project comes. So that by the time the project comes, what we have realized over time is partners look for people who are prepared.
Yes.
They don't ask Mukono, we are willing to plan for you. No, you plan so that at the time when somebody has some money to invest, he'll find you ready and up to be implementing. Now, for example, for that project of fecal sludge treatment plant, there was a competition. We were selected out of KCCA, National Water, and Mukono, and Nansana, and Chira. Based on our levels of preparedness and our levels of desire to have infrastructure developed, Mukono took the day and we were able to have the project.
We've said all the good. Now let's look at the challenges that you have faced along this journey as Mukono Municipal Council in implementing a number of these projects. What are those outstanding challenges?
Of course, I must say that garbage is still a challenge in Mukono. All is not well in the space of garbage because I find other people dumping in certain areas. Even the scouts are doing a good job, but it is a continuous process. The other one is traffic jam is still a challenge because, you know, Mukono is now a construction place everywhere. And then also illegal development. People are developing miners seeking for approval.
Can we switch that off? Let's just switch it off, please.
People are developing miners seeking for approval and technical guidance, and sometimes it is a weak point, and we feel it's something that as a people we need to be aware of and then be able to address it. The other one is also environmental degradation. There's pollution, noise pollution. Our people feel they have to emit a lot of noise, which makes some of our places not habitable and not safe for especially the marginalized one. The other one that I feel that is also a bit of a challenge is, I think, poverty levels. Much as we have programs which are addressing poverty, but we have our people who are also running through, struggling to make ends meet. And we feel also gaps in implementing programs. Like, for example, the road infrastructure, you realize that we desire to have so many kilometers of roads worked on, but the budget has to be limited to a certain amount that is allocated. And also, we have been struggling with approval of the District Service Commission, but we are glad now it is approved, so we have a backlog of people who are retiring, and now we feel they are creating a gap. But we are moving there, and we appreciate the pace that government is prioritizing us and how our people are also addressing some of those challenges.
Very interesting, quite a number of challenges. Now, let's look at what do you want the people of Mukono to do for betterment of Mukono and achieving that municipal that you desire to see, and they live better livelihoods? The stakeholders. Yeah,
of course, I want to invite all stakeholders. Mukono is ready to receive you. We are developing Mukono to be a place of opportunity for everyone. Those who want to invest, we have Nama Industrial Park. Space is still there, and UIA is willing to provide land and support you to invest and start. Even the leadership of Mukono, we are improving on approval developments application in the shortest time possible. We want to take, we have two committees, the physical planning committee and the building committee. They are independent, and our intention is to reduce on the processing time as much as possible. So we want you to bring your applications, come for guidance. You have a plan you want to develop, please bring it, and then we go through, we advise you so that you are ready to start. Licensing, please come and pay the required licenses, because licenses, don't look at them as only a tax. Look at them as something that will guide you so that in the future, in case of anything, we are able to provide the best services. We are also calling upon parents to take children to school and support them and be able to perform the best way to support them to live a better life. Health, our staff who are providing services, particularly the health workers and the teachers, please do the best so that we make our people proud to live in Mukono, to be the best municipality, and let's continue because the struggle continues. Then partners, we are still willing to work with you. Those who are working with us, please continue supporting us because a lot is still desired to be achieved in Mukono. And then for government, we are grateful, but we still need more because work is still going on, and we still need the services for our people to be the best. And for our leaders, as stakeholders, please, we are grateful so far for the support you've given us as technical staff, but we still need more because there are more bylaws that are needed in all spaces, all sectors. There are also, now we bought a grader, but now we need a roller, and we have planned to do a roller. We'll need an excavator, we'll need a dozer to perform services for our people. So these are all areas that we want the people to come and then act.
Now let's look at revenue collection. Yeah. Because when we talk about money that comes from government, we must look at monies that you're able to collect as Mukono. Number of projects I heard you say, we thank government, we thank the donors, we thank government, but sometimes these are not sustainable. You have to generate your own income. So how is Mukono performing on that trajectory?
Yeah, there was a time when government released a list of revenue collectors in the country, and at that time, I think it was last year, I checked, Mukono was number 3, KCC was leading, followed by Kila, and then Mukono was number 3. That was something that is grateful. And of course, the trick behind revenue collection is people appreciating that when you collect the revenues, you put it to provide the best services. For us as Mukono, when we collected revenue, we bought a grader. When we collected revenue, we bought land. When we collected revenue, land for the health center, because what ministry said when they were giving us funds for health center 4, that is in Nyanja, they said the land is not sufficient. What the council decided to do is to say, let's buy the land, the extra land that can accommodate, because we have ambitions of growing that health center into health center 4. So we said, Nyanja, let's develop it by buying land. And then also schools. We bought land for Ntao Public School. We bought land for Chungu Health Center. And also, we're also buying land for Katikoro, where we take our waste. So the trick is sensitize the people that when you give your revenues, this is where we invest it. When you don't pay taxes, this is what is likely to happen. And then secondly, when we got an opportunity to get funds from the World Bank under the program of Greater Kampala Urban Development Program, we said, let's put our monies onto the physical development plan, and also let's put the money into property valuation. We valued property because property rates world over a big source of revenue for municipalities, for urban areas. So we said, let's invest in this and do a massive roll. We are glad it is approved, and we have got an improvement from almost 4 billions to about 6 billions, which is a huge jump. And we feel we are growing. We are not stagnating. We are not even declining. We are growing day by day. So we feel taxes have contributed immensely in building our understanding, and also for to create a situation where people appreciate that the municipality is providing a good service to them. Yeah.
A good service to them. Now, very interesting when we talk about Mukono Municipal Council, and Masengere George William, who is the environment officer for Mukono Municipal, is the person I'm with in studios this morning as we look at how this journey of developing this municipal has been, and of course, what are some of the projects that are going in. Now, one of the critical areas that we find in municipal is shoulder work.
Yeah.
Contractors acting funny, you know. Then we have issues of compensation. And these are hindrances to development, also infrastructure development.
Yeah.
How are you handling them despite the successes you've talked about? Road has to pass through my land, and then it's taking a few feet, and I need a lot of money. I know it is government, after all, they will pay. So how are you handling this issue?
I must say, still, we've been working with quite a number of stakeholders. When we are implementing the Greater Kampala Urban Development Infrastructure Program, we got quite a number of lessons. First of all, it was designed that as the first people to implement the program, we put in place a project implementation team. Now, this project implementation team is composed of all technical staff that form the TPC of Mukono Municipal Council. We have there community development, we have labor officer, we have engineers, we have environment, we have health, we have also consultant. In the framework of the contract that we signed with the contractors, we also brought on board 2 supervising consultants. We have UB for civil works, then we also have Ardent for environment and social safeguards. Now, these consultants are supposed to man the day-to-day activities. Now, there are lots of documentation that we pick. Now, through that, we're able to address issues of quality assurance to avoid shoddy works, and also delivering on time. Because most of these contracts have a time frame. So you ensure that this consultant is supposed to guide you that say, if we don't fit this, this is likely to be the cost in terms of time, in terms of also quality. So we follow that. We use the same model also in other government projects. Like, for example, if a project is in education, which is not part of the World Bank program, funded program, we say we are using the same model. Now, we used it in a project that is in Insasa. We're making Insasa Road. that is connecting between Chira and Mukono Municipal Council. We are tarmacking it. We are tarmacking over 500 meters. And we feel it is going to be upgraded gradually so that we make over 6 kilometers. Now, we use the same approach. Where we need people need compensation, we come and sensitize. We use our MDF. We have a Municipal Development Forum headed by Mr. Mukwanya Julius, which goes around to engage people to say, let's take the road. We're not taking the whole of your land, but we don't have funds for compensation. Because the design of the program of World Bank has no compensation. So we are taking the same approach onto even other projects and say, yes, we need the road, the benefits of the road in the place are this, kindly offer this land, then government can also offer you. If you need approval of your perimeter wall of your building, government contribution would be waiving the fees for approval of the plan, and then we allow the road to go through. And I want to say we are grateful to the people of Mukono because they are giving in. Yeah, there are challenges in and there which also lead to conflicts, but we are trying to manage using the leadership, using the office of the RDC, using DPC, using our politicians, the mayor and the committees, standing committees of council, and officers of the community-based services to support that exercise.
Wow, and of course I can't let you go, nor ask for your parting shot, without discussing corruption.
Yeah.
Now, so far you've been mentioning we were third, we were first, we ranked this. I know you're a technical person, but it's also critical. How have you reduced, or what strategies to ensure transparency and fight corruption in terms of the development agenda for Mukono Municipal Council?
Of course.
Let me just pose it. For example, you're the Municipal Environment Officer.
Yes.
Now, man, that is a big position. It has its challenges as well.
Yes.
More so with Ugandans who can deliberately do things against the law, but knowing that we shall find a way of talking as Ugandans. You know, when someone has to bribe you, you say, Uganda. Don't, you know, we are Ugandans. These are things we can sort. You don't have to bring enforcement and all that. And of course, you are Ugandan. Then you talk as Ugandans. So how do you manage that talking as Ugandans?
Of course, the starting point, I would say, is transparency. And then also, another guiding principle in Mukono is making sure that whatever you do, you should be able to not to expose that person to the future challenges. Like, for example, if I allow somebody to develop in a road reserve, 5 years down the road, maybe UNRWA comes and wants to expand. What he will present is a permission that I've given. And at that point in time, the person will have no choice but to say, I got permission. And then that backfires on you. That is number one. Number two is involve the leadership. And we try as much as possible. I'm grateful to our leadership, the town clerk and the office of the RDC, who make sure that the office of the IGG and Auditor General are not our enemies. They are monitors. They are people who come and say, please comply to the law. What does the law say? This is supposed to be following the law. This is what you're supposed to do. And be as transparent as you can. To us, as Mukono, it has helped us a lot. Because sometimes people commit things because they commit things because they don't know, and they don't know the consequences. But as we move along, we create awareness. We have sessions where IGG comes and speaks to us. We create those moments where the leadership is inviting different stakeholders to come and sensitize and create awareness. At the end of the day, we say, instead of us running into the same risk that other people have fallen into, let's try and avoid this as much as we can.
Okay. Yeah. Now, we have learned so much about Mukono, and of course, if there's benchmarking, you know, in other municipal and other people, technical and political administrators of different districts and municipal councils, there's so much to learn. Now I must let you go so that we can have behind the headlines a replay. But before I do that, let me just have your parting shot.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, for you, Robert, for hosting me. And also, I'm grateful to our staff, my boss, the town clerk, the mayor, and the deputy RDC, who are really supportive, and also to the people of Mukono, because we couldn't do this without them. They've been also great. They've been understanding people. In case of a misunderstanding, we call them, and then we act, and then we plan together. And we are grateful, and we believe we are yet to receive a lot. And I'm also grateful to my family, which has been supportive in all these endeavors. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Masengere George William, the Environment Officer, Mukono Municipal Council. Thank you so much for your time. And to the people of Mukono, well, you just have to be supportive, abide by the rules, but also very important, waste management. Mukono is municipal, fairly clean, but there's so much that still has to be done when it comes to waste management and also planned developments. Because later on, when we try to have a number of plans, people build on plan, seek the right information, so that Mukono becomes the Mukono that really want to see shine. Otherwise, may the good Lord bless you. Have the best of your day. See you tomorrow, God willing. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
You got us on your wallet.
Bobby, again! What's the drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders, June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders.
No!
Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate